What makes people give up perfectly good jobs, say for example in the insurance sector, and go and really work hard for a living? That's one of the things that always inspires me about talking to entrepreneurs, about why they took the big leap of faith into their own businesses. Well, Mellanie van der Bijl runs Let's Share Trading. It's got two divisions, one in safety equipment and another in IT. The two don't really match, do they? But there's a logic to it. Mellanie, what pushed you 4 years ago into going into your own business?
Well, watching a family friend, suffer many months of cancer, the impact that had on his family, the economic impact that had on his family. And I looked at this, I thought, there's got to be an easier way. He contracted lung cancer because of the exposures at work. And
what did he do?
He was in the lift environment, so he got exposed to asbestos, and as a result contracted the lung cancer.
Asbestos in the 21st century?
Well, it takes a long time to transpire, so it was many years that he had been. Many years later, he then suffered from the exposure to asbestos.
But you've got a background in insurance. What do you know about health and safety equipment?
Well, I didn't know very much, but I did know about business. And I knew how to go and develop business. So for me, it was a transition from doing insurance and going into business, which was my own business. And I felt very passionate about workplace environment, the safety in the workplace, the prevention of diseases contracted as a result of exposure in the workplace. There had to be a better way, and I always had that passion, and I took the leap.
Now, protective clothing in the mining industry is very different to protective gear when it comes to breathing in harmful fumes or harmful fibres or harmful elements at all. Do you specialise, or is it a broad safety business?
Well, we do specialize in eye, ear and respiratory protection. We do have alliances with the original equipment manufacturers. So the emphasis is more on the technology that we provide and on the training that we give, so that these products get utilized in the correct manner. Because it's one thing having the product, and it's another, if you're not using it correctly, it's not going to provide the protection that it's intended to provide.
So often you'll see somebody spray painting or whatever, and the mask is around their neck because they find it restrictive, because it's actually an encumbrance rather than a safety aid. It may very well save their life, but it gets in the way. It's a protrusion or whatever the case might be.
Absolutely right. Even with the hearing muffs.
What?
You see it even with the earmuffs. Even with the earmuffs, they're wearing it around the neck, and years later they feel the effects of not taking the necessary precautions. So we do have trainers that will go in, show these people how to utilize, how to use the products correctly, how to, for example, a dust mask. You don't just take it and put it on. There's a method to it. You know, and you need to apply it. You need to put it on properly to get the protection that is needed.
Okay, so here you are, driven by passion then into this industry, but you're a woman in a health and safety environment. I mean, that has its advantages, no doubt. You've got patience, you've got tenacity, you can push, but also you're dealing with supply chain managers within big businesses that are probably men, and they say, "So what do you know?"
I get that often.
How do you deal with it?
I deal with it, I guess, like most women in male-dominated environments. I have to gain their trust. They have to see that I know what I'm talking about. They have to see that I'm able to deliver on whatever it is I promise.
The IT business. Now, this is interesting because, yes, health and safety equipment, brilliant. You've got that. That's a really good business. Yes. IT's got nothing to do with that. Is it all about cash flow?
Well, there was a means to an end why we brought in the IT side of it. This health and safety side, the turnaround period is, you're looking at about 6 to 8 weeks, and sometimes longer. Whereas with the IT, you have a faster turnaround, 2 to 3 days. So that was used as a means to generate the cash flow that was needed to fund the IT, the safety business.
And which is doing better?
Well, initially I thought I would phase out the safety, the IT business, but it's been quite profitable. So that is why I've separated the two divisions. And to be very honest, the margins are much better on the safety equipment than it is on the IT. But
the cash flows are more regular on IT.
Much more regular. And
but that's an interesting strategy that you came in with, because that was about following the passion but securing the cash flow. But also with a brand like Let's Share, you could do anything. Let's share hamburgers, let's share hot dogs, for argument's sake. Is there a plan of conglomerate and empire?
That is definitely the vision. I would like to see that happening in about 5 to 6 years from now, and that is why we're forming the alliances with the major players in the industry, like 3M, for instance, where we get our products from. We have a distributorship with them. So that is definitely the vision.
Mellanie van der Bijl, we must leave it there, but thank you. Mellanie van der Bijl from Let's Share Trading, Health and Safety Equipment, IT so far. Watch this space.